All right, all right. What about there, YouTube heads? Travel was in the building, and we're back. We're back. We're back. I know I said I was going to do a movie review, but I can't set it up the way I want to. So we're going to have to postpone that for 13 days. I gotta update this as well. Basically, Kickstarter won't allow me more than one campaign, and I want to raise money. I want to do a real fundraiser and raise money to make our version of the Spook Who Sat by the Door. That's what I want to do. I want to do a real fundraiser and raise money for our version of the Spook Who Sat by the Door. Lee Daniels is not up to the task. Lee Daniels is not going to be up to the task of dealing with such sensitive and vital storytelling. A sensitive and vital narrative has to be told. And that's not Lee Daniels' territory. He deals in the world of the passive black man, the butler, this one, that one. You know, he's not Sam Greenlee. He's not going to do it in a way that's going to end his career and put his career on the line for you. So just so you know, his involvement in the project is totally, in my opinion, hype. So that's what I'm working on. So that's what's postponing. That's what's postponing the movie review. That video is actually doing some serious numbers for me, man. Like, it's getting me up there. And that's good because that means I can lay off of some other things and some other people. Psych! I'm not laying off of anyone, but to keep relevant with what's going on. See, sometimes you have to sail with the wave. And what's going on right now is sometimes you have to sail with the wave. Hold on a minute, guys. 1 second. So anyway, had to take that call real quick. So um, so I can lay off of a couple of people. Sometimes you got to swim with the wave, and right now the wave is on this Diddy assault tape, and that's what we've adjourned today to talk about. Okay, we've adjourned today to talk about this Diddy assault tape, and then I'm not going to talk about it too long because I really wanted to just hop into this passport bro thing again, but I wanted to, let's see, 13 days from now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I wanted to hop into this passport bro thing, but I gotta go with the wave. And right now the wave is this Diddy assault tape. Okay. So you gotta stay with what is relevant. Okay. You can't go against that. You gotta stay with what is relevant. What is this? Brand. What does that mean? New brand. Brand name. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so let's go and talk about this for a minute because I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I'm probably just going to do this really quick and then I'm going to get into the Pass Pro Bro stuff. Get back on the schedule, get back on the regular schedule, but I want to stay relevant. So I have to go with what's relevant. Just doing something here real quick. Okay. Okay. That's right. Okay. So, um, the thing about Diddy is you got to understand they sat on this video for 9 years. That's why I put the number up there. Okay, this is a 2016 Diddy assault video. And what it means. What does it mean that they sat on it for 9 years? You tell me. What do you think it means? Okay. It's obvious that a crime was committed. A crime was committed. Okay. That's obvious. We know that. Okay. And they did nothing. The hotel is, see, you gotta ask yourself, why is the hotel not being sued? Why didn't she sue the hotel? Okay. Because the hotel, they're not even telling you what hotel it is, so that you can't boycott them or look up their policies of protecting guests. But hotels have a thing about they have an indemnity to guest safety. Is that the right? Am I using that the right term? Um, Hotels have to guarantee guest safety. Okay, I mean hotels do not have an indemnity against guest safety. So if you fall, you hurt yourself, you get injured, the hotel has to. If someone attacks you, the hotel has to do something. If it's a rape, if it's any type of assaults, robberies, any type of crimes, the hotel has to do something. It's interesting that in this circumstance, people are like, well, he did this, he did that. But that may be true. But the people who covered it up are just as guilty. The people who helped P. Diddy cover it up are just as guilty. Damn, y'all be so gay. Y'all come in here for like 1 minute and then you leave. I don't know what's up with that. That's so gay. Yeah, like what's going on? What are y'all really on here looking for? Man, this shit. YouTube is a funny place, but it's not real. YouTube is not real, so I don't really worry about it. But YouTube is a funny place. Damn, this dude ain't eat in 2 days. I gotta get back on these niggas. I gotta get back on them. I gotta get back on them. I can't really talk about this celeb gossip stuff. This is not really my thing, you know. I don't really care too much about this stuff, but I just want to keep myself relevant and stay in it. Um, I got a lot to talk about, and it's not about this stuff right here. But anyway, let me just make my runs around. So people are like, well, Diddy's the bad guy. Diddy may be the bad guy, but the villains are the people who helped him cover it up. And until we find out who they are, until we start doing more digging and researching, because they're responsible. They allowed this to perpetuate for 9 years. For 9 years, nobody took any action. For 9 years. Now, when a black woman goes missing, we do something about it. When a black woman goes missing for a long time, we do something about it. When a black woman's murder goes unsolved for a long time, we do something about it. We put pressure on the people. So for 9 years, Cassie was a victim of this assault. And what did the world show her? She wasn't important. Nobody did anything. He was able to buy the tape, I heard, for $15,000. So for $15,000, he was able to buy a tape. He was able to get a get out of jail free card for $15,000. That's no money at all for someone like him. I mean, that's corny to me that someone would take 15,000. Like here, you have the most incriminating piece of evidence on a person that's a celebrity or important person. I don't know why they think he's important. He's not really that important, but and you turn over and bend over for 15,000. But more importantly, they're just as guilty. It's called accessory after the fact. They helped him cover up a crime. So they're just as guilty. So at the end of the day, whoever took that money it should be just as guilty as him if you really want to do about it. But now people are talking about he's done, he's finished, blah, blah, blah. Listen, his career was already done when Biggie got murdered. When Biggie got murdered, his career, Puff Daddy, his career was already done. Biggie got murdered, his career was already done. What happened with Shine, that was just more ice on his career. That was another pile of ice put on his career. His career was already finished a long, long, long time ago. He's technically irrelevant. His music isn't even in the top 100. So what that means is that he's not on their so all radio stations continuously play oldies and some pop songs that were hits, and then they play, the modern stuff. But his music isn't even on the radio anymore. That's why he gave his catalog away. It was cheaper to give his catalog away. So he don't got to fight the lawsuits. People take his music and they play it, and then or people sue him for things that he did in his music because he sampled a lot. He was a sample king, right? So he's got to fight all these lawsuits. So it's easier to just take that catalog and give it to somebody else, and then they got to fight the lawsuits. They can't make no money off it because every time they try to make money off it, somebody sues them for a sample. That's why he gave it away. It was business. It was to cut an expenditure. But he ain't been making no real money. He hasn't been making no real money. You're about to see the most epic meltdown from a person ever in the history of the world, in the universe. And it's not going to be good to watch. And I'm not one to trample on anyone's grave. I don't believe in that. But I do think that we should be more angered at the people who helped him cover up the assault on a black woman, on a woman of color. If there's no vitriol for that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because somebody helped him cover it up. Nobody said nothing. In a room full of security people at a hotel, at a very popular hotel, obviously, nobody said nothing. Nobody said anything. They just handed the tape over. It probably went like this. He made a call. Man, I fucked up. You got to go help me out. I'm at the hotel. I need the video. He don't know what he needs. They say, okay, I'll take care of it. This is the fixer. And the fixer comes in and talks to the people. Look here, man, you got a situation. Look. We got to hush this up. How much you guys need to hush this up? But that has to go through the hotel manager, the hotel security director, Everybody has to be down with it. So it probably was more than 15,000. If it was 15,000 split by one shift of people, and then they got to sign paperwork, and then they got to be kept quiet, right? So where are these people at? How come none of these people from the hotel are speaking out? That's how big this thing is. That's how big this thing is. Okay. Um, it's monumentous. And they are doing it for another purpose that I don't want to talk about, but there's another purpose why they're doing it. Because you know what? It happened in 2016. What does that tell you? It tells you that no one cared. No one cared. They don't care now. And you just heard them say, like I said yesterday, the statutes is expired. And then somebody talks about the court of public opinion. Listen here, man. Damn the court of public opinion. Okay, the court of public opinion does not matter. What you're looking for is justice. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if they have this evidence, but they don't have anything else, this doesn't matter. It can't even be used in whatever else the crimes are. Like sex trafficking, that tape can't be used in that. So it doesn't matter. So his career was already over. They didn't ruin his career. His career was already over. Maybe he won't get invited to any parties. He won't get to go to Rock Nation party no more. Stuff like that. There's no rebounding from this. There's no rebounding from this, but there's really no damage done to him. What the world has witnessed is what happens when someone is blackmailed and you don't handle the blackmailer the correct way. When you say when you stop the checks, you leave the blackmailer no other choice. This is what happens when someone is blackmailed. That's all this is. That's really what you're seeing. Okay. As far as the politics behind it, I'm not going to discuss that because it's bullshit to me. All these people coming out the woodwork now, they just make themselves look crazy. Well, if you understand how a jury works, everybody's going to be asked, have they seen the video? Have you seen the video on YouTube about P. Diddy? And then if you answer yes, you're dismissed like that quick. Okay. If you lie and they find out later you were influenced by this because you're going to talk about it when you're sequestered and somebody's going to snitch on you, maybe an alternative is going to snitch on you, then you're going to be charged with a crime because you lied on a court document. And he's going to have an appealable right. So it's not going to taint the jury. You see, what you got to understand about video evidence and juries and people who sit on a jury and a good defense attorney can make them see Yahshua in that picture, in that video, can make them see Elohim in that TV screen. Like whatever rendition of the divine you want to imagine, that's what a good defense attorney's job is. It is to make you see what they want you to see. And I can't imagine what the arguments are going to sound like, but I'll give you an example. It might sound something like this. He ran after her in a fit of passion. She was going to harm herself. He tried to stop her and grabbed her, and she fell back. His towel was going to fall off, and he didn't want to expose himself. So he had to hold his towel up. Therefore, he lifts his leg up to hold his towel up. He jerks his leg. You know what I'm saying? And trying to stop her from harming herself, he attempted to bring her back to the room. That's what it's going to sound like. That's what the argument's going to be. Yeah, but if whatever the trial is about, then If it's not about this tape, which we know it's not going to be about this tape, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can't use the tape. The tape's what they call inadmissible. So can't use the tape. So if it's not about this tape, which we know it's not, can't use the tape, which means they have no evidence. See, what you got to look at is they don't have no evidence. See, if they had evidence, they would be showing it. They wouldn't be showing you a crime 9 years ago. It's the weakest thing to do. So it's a 9-year-old crime. They wouldn't be showing you a 9-year-old crime. They just wouldn't. They don't do that. They don't operate like that. They're showing you a 9-year-old crime because they want to bleed him. They want to cut whatever business relationships he had. All that's gone. No, juries don't work like that, bro. Listen. Okay, listen. Do you know who this is not really the same thing because we're talking about murder, but it kind of is more severe, but it's not really the same thing. But let me show you about juries. Let me show you about juries. Okay, we could do this. You remember Rodney King? Remember Rodney King? Look at that video. If you was on a jury as a juror in that case against those LAPD race soldiers, would you have found them guilty off of that Rodney King video? Because guess what happened? We know what happened. They were found not guilty. There was a video of them beating a black man 6-7 to 1, beating him repeatedly, and they were found not guilty. Why you think they were found not guilty? They do that. Okay, so you got to understand why they did it like that, because in their mind, in the mind of the government, well, it's not really even the government, but in the mind of that person, that what they call them, the sectional desk chief, the SAC op. It's a name for the guy. He's like the guy that's over that whole region. Every region has a guy. Sec op, sec desk. It's an acronym. It means like director, secretary, or something. He's like the top cop for that region. He controls all that shit. Okay. In their mind, they don't see the P. Diddy we see. They don't see the buffoon and the clown and the dancing dude. In their mind, they see a stone cold gangster. They see a real gangster, like he's really a gangster, like he's on that level of gangster street. You know, he's a killer. He's a bad dude in a violent way. That's what they see, and they assume that everyone else around him is like that. So that's why they came down hard like that. That's why. That's the only reason. They didn't raid his crib. They were I mean, it could be swatting. We don't really know, but I mean, he's not arrested yet. He's not under arrest, so it's not the same thing. See, when they have so you got to understand this is a process, and justice is at the end of it. I don't want to give you another example like this because it's mixing apples and oranges, but you know who Kyle Rittenhouse is? Kyle Rittenhouse is on video blowing one man away, blowing off another man's hand. And the jurors saw that tape and said, he's innocent. He's innocent. They found a legality that was so old, they had to pull out the measuring stick to measure the barrel of the rifle and be like, yep, it qualifies as a hunting weapon. Therefore, because he was hunting, he was lawful to carry the weapon. But the truth is, he wasn't hunting. He didn't even have a hunting license. Yeah, he's white. Exactly. So if you just put my argument for me. If you admit that he's white, if you admit that it's a difference, exactly. So if we're going to admit that, that's what we call a miscarriage of justice. What does that mean? That means that the jurors aren't totally unbiased. And therefore, if the jurors aren't totally unbiased, your criminal conviction is going to be overturned. So if they don't have six, what's up, Only the Strong? So if they don't have six black people, at least 6 or 7 black people on that jury, his conviction, his criminal conviction is going to be overturned. And I can assure you that if he has at least 6 or 7 black people on that jury, they will see whatever crimes they're talking about for what they are, because all they want to see him guilty on is this tape. And they're going to be told you can't use that. You have to focus on these charges, the sex trafficking and this, that, and the third. And they're gonna say, "Oh, he ain't doing that. Man, Puffy ain't no sex trafficker." Man, they're gonna be like, "You're crazy. You're crazy." That's what they're gonna say. And since it's federal, it's not popular for U.S. attorneys to lose. It's just not popular. So that plays into the next phase. So this is a phase, okay? They did the raid. That's called exigent circumstances. They did the raid most likely under what they call exigent circumstances, meaning that they felt that he was tipped off. Maybe somebody found the wire and they felt like he was going to destroy any incriminating evidence. So they had to bum rush him. But usually when they do that, the subject of the investigation is immediately taken into custody, which we know that didn't happen. He's not in jail, which lets me know as an armchair legal analysis that they have no case. They can't even arrest him. After all of that, they can't even arrest him. See, I'm from Staten Island, New York, right? That's like the mafia homeland. So they did this to them all the time, but they couldn't arrest them. It's called a fishing expedition. They were fishing for something, a body, or maybe they had a victim who was being a false witness, and they want to go find out if what she's saying is right. So they go into the house and they take their little report and they say, okay, that's where it's supposed to be. That's where it's supposed to be. If she was raped or trafficked to the house, there's unique details that they've been asking her about. So they got to go find out if she's telling the truth. Obviously, that's not the case because he's not arrested. It's easier to arrest someone, believe it or not, it's easier to arrest someone, especially a black man, than it is to get a search warrant. It's easy. And it doesn't mean anything because the way this works is the most beautiful words ever. You're guilty until proven innocent. Yeah, I said that the wrong way on purpose. You're guilty until proven innocent. Because you don't want it to work the other way. You don't want it to work the other way. You're guilty until proven innocent. And you have the right to remain silent. So all that's going to happen is people come up there, they say this, they say that, they say this, they say that. He sits there. His defense attorney sits there, but it's not going to get that far because what happens at this point is they have to review what they call the merits of the case. And when they review the merits of the case, they're going to say, oh, fuck, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. In 2 ways, we're going to lose. You know how they're going to lose? Do you know how they're going to lose? That's why he's not arrested. Do you know how they're going to lose? Let me see. Let's look up the U.S. attorney for New York. Let's look up the U.S. attorney for New York. Let's really look at who is putting their reputation on the line. Let's really look at who's putting their reputation on the line. First off, what you got to understand is that the U.S. attorney for New York, he's no slouch. He's no slouch. Okay, look at this. See, I'm looking up the U.S. attorney, and they got his page flagged, so they automatically want to know my location. They want to know who's getting a dossier on this guy. You see that shit? Listen, I'm going to show you who the U.S. attorney is for the state of New York, and I'm gonna show you why this guy is not going to put his reputation on the line. This is the U.S. attorney for the state of New York, Southern District of New York, what we call New York City. Or is this, no, hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. Hold on a minute. I may have the wrong, because there's New York State, there's New York City. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure I get the right guy. U.S. attorney for New York City. Okay. Let's get this right. Okay, here we go. It's the same guy. Okay. Damian Williams, U.S. attorney for Southern District of New York. Okay. So if I understand, now there's a state guy too. We're going to do the state guy too. This is the guy for New York City. Okay. This is the guy for New York City. Okay. This is his powers. These are his powers. Criminal, civil cases. These are his powers. Okay. Sovereign District of New York. You understand what that means? It's earned the moniker the Sovereign District of New York. Okay. Look, they have a reputation for being exceptionally aggressive in the pursuit of criminals. Exceptionally aggressive. Okay. Exceptionally aggressive. All right. Exceptionally aggressive. Okay. This is the big time. This is like this person. It's like four powerful people in the world. Definitely in America. It's the president of the United States, his chief of staff, the director of the CIA, and this guy. Because this guy has unlimited resources to lock you up, to put you away under espionage acts, terrorist acts, all kinds of acts. You drop you in a hole and forget about you. That's it. This guy has all the power in the world to do that. Anywhere in the world, he can have you snatched up and drop you in a fucking hole. Okay? If they wanted to put Puff Daddy in a hole, you wouldn't even be able to look Puff Daddy up on YouTube. He would just vanish. He would be poof. He would be poof in smoke. And you would go, his family would go and ask the government, hey, what happened to Sean Combs? And they'd be like, who? 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 Like an owl, okay? They'd be like, who are you talking about? We get back to you. We'll call you. Don't call us, okay? Now, this guy right here, he's a powerful man. Okay? Look at his education. Can you see his education? Harvard University BA, Emmanuel College, Masters of Philosophy, Emmanuel College. You don't even know about that. Yale University, Juris Doctorate. So he went to 2 Ivy League schools. Okay? He went to 2 Ivy League schools. Okay? You understand what's going on here? He's not about to lose. There's no way he's going to lose. But he will lose this case. So he's not going to lose this case. So what happens? He says, you know what? Forget about it. Or he puts it into the investigative pile. Remember, this tape was 9 years ago. They might be investigating this thing for another 10 years. So that's 19 years already. I don't know how old Sean Combs will be 10 years from now, but that's what's probably going to happen. If they have anything, because he doesn't have a criminal record, he's afforded certain rights. So he's afforded bail. So he gets bail. And he's afforded what they call things like whatever the real charges are. I don't know what they are, but he's afforded things that they can't not deny him. So as long as he doesn't do nothing stupid, like jump bail, even if he gets convicted, which it won't come to that because he's afforded what they call diversion. He's afforded conditional release, probation, parole. He's afforded a lot of things. When you don't have a criminal record, it's like you get a get out of jail free card. When you reach a certain age, you get a get out of jail free card for the rest of your life. Trust me, I know. You can do anything but murder, and then nothing's gonna happen to you because they gotta give you certain things by law. That's why they always try to put cases on black men where they're young, so they can take away your gun rights, and they don't gotta give you bail, and they don't gotta give you what they call diversion. So the U.S. attorney could say whatever his crimes are, the sex trafficking, whatever it is, his crimes are. We don't even really know what his crimes are. To be honest with you, okay? We don't even know what his crimes are. To be honest with you. What are P. Diddy's crimes? What are Diddy's crimes? What they call him? P. Diddy? What are P. Diddy's crimes? What is he being? What is he being? What is his crimes? Yeah, they don't even have what his crimes are online. They keep the crimes. I don't know all of the allegations against Diddy. What is his crimes? I don't even see any crimes. So Diddy has not been arrested for any criminal conduct, but charges could be forthcoming. Legal experts say, yeah, it was a fishing expedition. Oh, we found some marijuana. Oh, we found a gun. Oh, we found a body. It's a fishing expedition. You know what we know after Diddy's house was raided. They raided his house. That's no big deal. They could do that to anybody. They could raid your house. People don't understand what's going on. It was part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Sex trafficking investigation. Tip of the iceberg. Oh boy. Let's see here. I'm trying to see what his crimes are. See, they can't even tell you what the crimes are because they're investigating. The bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. This goes a lot of ways before it goes sideways. You already seen the power because he was able to hide a crime for 9 years. He was able to hide an assault for 9 years. So you already seen the power. Who's ever backing him? That wasn't him. That was whoever was backing him. Yeah, 9 years ago he was on top. He was, but he ain't that no more. He has no more use for this. Okay, he has no more use for this. So what this really is just what it is. It's just trying to expose somebody. Uh, the humiliation, the deprivation, scare tactics. Yeah, he's pariah. He's done. He's pariah, and everybody who has something to say about him, good or bad, um, they're going to get their vindication. I mean, everybody who had something to say about him that was bad, whether it was truthful or not, it doesn't matter no more. They're going to be believed. They're going to get their vindication, and that's how they shake. That's how they shake your pockets. Imagine you a little man and a big man come and grab you by your waist and turn you upside down by your legs and do this to you. That's what's going to happen to him. He's going to have to pay a lot of lawsuits, a lot of lawsuits, a lot of lawsuits, because now everybody's going to be believed, whether they made up stuff or not. And if you wanted to say he touched your knee, everybody's going to believe you. I was this party man and he touched my knee. Everybody's going to believe you. We've seen so many things happen with celebrities back and forth. There was Chris Brown and Rihanna. There was Usher and that lady who was his manager. This is nothing new. What it really is, it's a distraction. That's all this is. All this is a distraction from what's really going on in the world. Maybe Biden is trying to flex his hip hop muscles. You know, maybe Biden is trying to flex his hip hop muscles. And oh my God, if you people don't stop, if you people don't stop, if you people don't stop, man, if you people don't stop, all of a sudden now everybody got something to say. Everybody got something to say all of a sudden now. Everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna come clean now. Now I'm gonna tell the truth. So all that time these people was talking, they was holding in these secrets. Now they want more attention. So now they're telling you the truth. Like, you wasn't telling the truth before. You mean you wasn't telling the whole story then? But you're telling the whole story now? Are you really telling the whole story? Oh my God. This is just some clown shit. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I just wanted to stay relevant in the algo. That's all. And if you put Diddy assault video and something else, you stay relevant in the algo. So I'm trying to do. Everyone has to understand that you are on the outside looking in. Okay? You are on the outside looking in. And until you until you accept that you are on the outside looking in, everything you think you know is only going to confuse you. It's only going to frustrate you. You're going to waste time. You're going to waste energy, and that's what this is. This is really a waste of energy because I want to talk about how passport bros, how being called the passport bro is the same as the N word because I heard some things today, and I got some really good receipts, and I heard some things today, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. That's ludicrous that they are giving me a name I did not ask for. They are naming me again. So they named me the N word, and now they're naming me a passport bro, which is really just the same as the N word. They're naming me again. I want my naming rights back. I want to take on an exalted name. I want to take on a name that I choose for myself. I'm calling myself African American men who travel. That's what I'm calling myself. So they want to talk about broken dusties, African American men who travel are broken dusties. They want to say that. That's fine. African American men who travel are desperate. They can't get boxed in America, so they got to go overseas to get boxed because they African American men. They can't get boxed in America. You see how that happens? Why they got to use this other moniker? Because you don't know the rules of white supremacy. Until you know the rules of white supremacy, you don't understand what they can and can't say. And more importantly, how they gotta say it. They have so few chess pieces on the board. They have so few chess pieces on the board that they can't afford to sacrifice any of them. So for them to come at us, for white supremacists to come at us, they have to use the black woman. And then they have to use vague terms that don't really mean anything. But I'm going to come back and talk about that in a couple of minutes. I'm about to get out of here. That's what I really want to talk about is when you call the passport bro, it's the same as being called the nigga, basically. Okay? It's the same as being called the N-word. And I've even had dudes in foreign countries tell me, you know how we talk to each other. Hey man, let's not use that word in front of them. And I'm like, what? Okay, I see. Like crazy, like, so you guys don't want to be called the N-word, but you be called the passport bro, which is the same thing. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna hop out of here and bring up another live. I gotta go get something to eat real quick. But yeah, so all this video means is that Diddy's pariah. He's untouchable. He's persona non grata. I don't mean untouchable like he can't be dealt with. I mean nobody's gonna deal with him. He's everybody. It's over. It's over for him. He would have been better off being a snitch. It's over for him. Like that's it. His life is over. His life in the entertainment business is over. Mike Tyson barely came back from those allegations, and there was no video. So this only shows the sadistic nature of a man. And my heart goes out to Cassie. It does, because she was a baddie. She's a baddie. And my heart goes out to her, because if you can treat a baddie like that, that's a sad state of mind. And then there's all kinds of rumors. Crazy. It's crazy, man. All kinds of rumors about colorism and things like that. My interest and respect as a fan for P. Diddy left when he let Biggie get murdered. That's when my interest and respect for him as a fan left. I was done with that. I was done with that. There's only one song of his that I actually like, and that's Victory. But it's not that I'm a fan of his. It's just the meaning of the song is so fucking funny. And it's actually kind of crazy because, hold on a minute. Let me show you something. See, this is why people have premonitions. This is why creative people are creative, because they have these premonitions of things to come in their life that you don't know about. Now, we're gonna see how the world, if they do him like they did Bill Cosby. Remember, with Bill Cosby, they took all the Bill content down everywhere. So we're gonna see if all the music videos and all the content with P. Diddy in it, the movies and all that stuff, if it gets taken down too. You're gonna see. I'm gonna play you my favorite song, my favorite video for the last time. Because after this, I probably won't listen to it again. It's just some things you just don't want to support, and I don't want to support what he's doing anymore. This is my favorite video and song, the only one of all his songs that I think is worth anything in a good quality. It's a great story. And it's kind of like what he's going through right now.
Might as well shine together. Better now than never. Business before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam. Who you know do it better. Yeah, right. No matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear it right. Don't make it out of yourself.
I mean, doesn't this look like what he's going through right now?
You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby.
Right? We never really talked about why he was running and fleeing, but he's definitely being chased by the laws.
I'ma win cause I'm too smart for these cats while they making up facts. We waking up flat.
It's like artists have a premonition about the future, and it comes through in their art, It's like an eye watch.
Used to call me fat so now you call me Castro. My rap flows, never take y'all. Oops, Chris
style keeps spilling. Yeah, but did it home, even the danger zone. You shouldn't be alone. Hold hands and say it like me, with no shake. Flighty bait, fantastic, graphic, try to make dough like Jurassic. Hard dick, kids who start. See me, only me, the underboss of this Holocaust, truly yours, Frank White. Got the real live hit, from front to back, to my people in the world, where the hell you at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my soldiers is at? From my real live hit, where my soldiers is at? We got the real live hit, from front to back, to my people in the world, where the hell you at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my real live soldiers, where my soldiers is at?
Okay, New York City, big boss.
Mr.
That would
President.
be the state's attorney. That would be the U.S. attorney.
He's doing it again.
Doing it again.
What is the matter with that guy? I mean, it's just a damn game.
It's the game.
Delete.
Delete. Delete. Okay, you see this motif right here, right?
Put your money on the table and get your math on. Break it down, split it up, get your laugh on. See you later, dog, I'ma get my stash on. There's a bed full of money that I get my ass on. I never lose the passion to go platinum. Said I live it up to all the cash.
That's why I tell you guys, you don't really know these people, man. These other YouTube dudes, you don't really know these guys. Trying to tell y'all, nothing should surprise you anymore about a person. Especially when they try to act like they got charisma and they're likable and they're agreeable and all that shit. When they do that, that's a tale. That's a tale. See all the police elements in this video? He's running like he's running, evading them, like he's running for his life, right? In real life. Right?
It ain't no replacing him. Step up, we just macing them, placing them in funerals. Criminals turn the brick city. Nobody come off like P. Diddy. Business wise, I play men. High money on the entertainment. Y'all just betray men, military men. Opposition of the day in the life of the commission. We got the real live hits. Go front to flush. To the people in the world, where the hell you at? Where my soldiers is at? Where my soldiers is at?
Fair use, by the way. This is fair use. Fair use. Hear what he's saying?
Can y'all hear me out there?
That's us watching. That's us watching him. There goes his career. What do you want me to do now? What do you want me to do now? See? So you gotta understand. Like, this shit is goofy to me. It's yeah, exactly. You gotta understand this shit is goofy to me. Because it's weird in a way that I can't explain. And some things you're just never going to be able to comprehend. And I don't even want to get into that headspace because I'll be thinking it's like some esoteric, I don't even want to say the word, but you know, that really bad juju energy going on. That's what I see. And stay away from it. It's toxic. People talk about toxic. No, this is toxic. Okay? Excuse me. This is toxic. Okay? Because I just showed you a video. He's running from the police. He's running from the police. That was in 2000 or so, right? 24 years later, he might be running from the police. You see what I'm saying? So he was probably doing shit While we're watching him entertain us, he probably stomping and kicking people in the mouth, allegedly. Right? That's nothing new. That's nothing new, you know? What the hell? So I don't know, man. I just gotta show you guys the research about coincidences. There's no coincidences in life. And that's really my only song as a fan. I like of his, but like everybody else, we're not gonna be his fan no more. You can't be his fan any more than you can be R. Kelly's fan. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I'm a proponent against is these long durations of time that go by before they act. Because I know they can act immediately for anything, crime or no crime, victim or no victim. So when I see something that goes on for like 15 years or whatever, more than 5 years, 5 years or more, I would say. If I see something that goes on more than 5 years, because that's the normal statutes, and nobody says nothing, that's goofy to me. I don't understand that. Nobody said nothing. They knew what he did. Somebody helped him. He wasn't covering it up by himself. Somebody helped him. They knew what he did. They knew the viciousness of what he did, of kicking a woman on the ground, and people covered it up. People kept their mouth shut. Everybody fell in line. Everybody fell in line. They knew what he did, you know. That's why I gotta tell you guys my story, because I know some things about certain people, and all I'm doing is contributing to what they're fucking with you with. That's why I started to do that. That's why I started to go after the BMTs and the Zoom to Thailands and all that, because I know some things. Without having to damage other people, though, just know that I know some things, and I'm going to put it all out there the right way. But because I feel like I'm contributing to, the harm that they're causing by being like this, by being like everybody else, by being in alignment. That's why you got to really look at a guy like Travel Time with Paul as like your hero, because he didn't give a fuck about that. He just rolled out all the baloney. Just rolled out the baloney. Just rolled it out. And these guys are like, and I don't know, man. People can say what they want, but I don't understand how. If you don't know someone and I'm talking about them, why would you feel a type of way where you want to harm me or feel aggressive about it? You don't even know the person. When people were saying this stuff about, there's a lady that was talking about P. Diddy like this years ago. She was a journalist. And I think she got punched in the face. Somebody at a party punched her in the face. Was it was it a Jay-Z thing? I don't know. Some journalist, maybe it was Jay-Z, but she got punched in the face talking about somebody by somebody else who didn't even know the person. They just thought they were standing up for somebody and they didn't know. I know these people really well. They've been talked to me. They've been talked about to me a lot. I just be like, you know what I'm saying? So, um, anyway, let me get out of here. This is all the time you guys watch. Oh, I got monetized. Hey, we got monetized. Celebration, celebration. Shout out to Only the Strong Survive, hitting me with my first super chat. He's a real one. He's a real one. Um, and so we're monetized. So that's pretty cool. You guys can explore and check it out. I really have. I appreciate it, but I'm not a beggar, and I really don't have no interest in just saying it all the time. You guys can see what it is. I made everything clear. Whatever interests you, you go and pick it up. You know about the shirts already. Like, I'm not here to beg. I'm really just here to market the clothes, but that's it. But I'm not going to keep telling you guys, try the polo, try the polo, try the polo, try the polo. Actually, I got to change this because I have a new one now. And so what we're going to do going forward is we are going to be getting your measurements. So I got a new page set up where we get your measurements. I'm going to explain to you about the measurements. That's really what I wanted to show you guys. You can get your measurements taken here. So your measurements, it's free to get your measurements done. It tells you how to do it, and you can get your virtual measurements taken. You use your phone. It's an app that you use your phone for, and you can get your measurements done. You don't have to buy anything. Just get your measurements done. Get your measurements done, and that's it. It's free. Let's get your measurements out the way. I kind of thought about this, and I said, you know what? I've been doing this wrong. I gotta roll this back. You gotta get your measurements done first before anything else. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go put some things together for you guys. I gotta go put some things together for you guys. But yeah, the first thing you want to do is that. And then after you do that, we will we'll have a discussion and we'll go from there. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Only the Strong. Thanks, Only the Strong. So if you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our new landing page where you can get your measurements done. I meant to update because I gotta update these QR codes, man. This is starting to become work for me. Like real work. Like I'm getting a bit annoyed because it's like becoming real work, and I didn't really sign up for this to become real work. It's like I gotta wake up, I gotta do the videos, I gotta find something to talk about because I get tired easily, and I gotta find something to talk about for a few hours or so. So you going? I gotta change some things because I gotta I just got a lot going on right now. I gotta change some things. I got some cool things coming for you guys too. If you want, I got some t-shirts I'm gonna share with you guys. You might like the t-shirts. Maybe you like the t-shirts better. I don't know, but I got some cool things. I also have another channel called Black to the Film. Make sure you go look that up. It's another channel I have called Black to the Film. You can go check that out. But yeah, I mean, don't be so gullible to everything. A lot of this shit, man, it ain't real. It's not real. How many, see, you gotta understand. See, you gotta understand, like, we know that they call the police on us. Like they have our women call the police on us. Money and investment discussions. You guys trying to get me hemmed up. You guys want to talk about money? You really want to talk about money? What you want to know? You really want to talk about money? I got that book, 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. You guys want to really talk about money? What you guys want to know? You can talk about money. I could give you some advice. I mean, no, I can't give you no advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can share with you my thoughts. But I tell you what, if you guys want to talk about money, the best way to talk about money for me to do it legally without going to fair court is actually I would like to start a cartel. I would like to start a cartel with you guys, or maybe start a fund. And you guys can get into my fund, or maybe a crypto fund. I don't know if you guys are interested in any of that. See, you see my home. You see where I'm always at. You see that shit in the dining room. That light behind me. That light shit, I don't know if you can see it. That shit come with the house. You see this shit behind me? See that shit hanging from my wall? My house is junky, but you see that shit hanging from behind me? That came with the house. So I live in a million. My house is $1.5 million. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let me look at how much my house is worth again. Well, it's not really my house. I rent it, but the house that I rent, that I pay rent for every month, is worth $1.5 million. So for me, because I'm thinking about buying it. So for me, money is a very serious topic, and I don't take it lightly. So if we talk about money, I want to do something really cool, like a cartel, a crypto cartel or a stock cartel. And the best way to share that vision with you, what is wrong? The best way to share that vision with you, well, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because there's a movie, there's a couple of financial movies we got to watch. That's the quickest way to bring you up to speed. There's a couple of financial movies we got to watch. But one that captured my attention is this movie called Dumb Money. Dumb Money. It's one that really caught my attention. Okay. And I've actually seen the movie. Let me play the trailer for you guys. Seen the movie. It's a pretty decent movie to watch. See, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was like, man, I don't want to say it like this, but I guess I gotta wait till I show you. I gotta wait till I show you it, because I've been messing around with AI. But I got something really special for you guys that I'm gonna show you soon. I gotta finish it today. This, like I said, this is work, man. It's like you got to do all this stuff, and it's just like work, and it takes time. And then I gotta do other work that makes me money, and then I turn around and I'm gonna show you the trailer. Hold on, I'm gonna show you the trailer right now. Let me get off of some things. Let me show you the trailer. It's called Dumb Money. This is what I would be interested if I was to talk to you guys about money. This is where it would have to go. It would have to go somewhere like this. And actually, what happened with this situation was this situation just kind of happened like by accident, because this guy, it's a true story. It's a true story. It's a true story.
Million.
And
how much did we make today?
5 million.
How much did we lose today?
$1 billion.
You got rich dudes pissing in their pants right now.
Holy fucking shit.
I will tell you, I've never seen anything like it.
Holy fucking shit.
Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
Everything okay?
$11 million. What are you gonna do? Get a Ferrari? What the fuck?
Oh, language. The baby's here.
Ooh.
Yo, what up, everybody? Roaring Kitty here. I'm gonna pick a stock and talk about why I think it's interesting, and that stock is GameStop.
I love this guy.
Retail traders have hooked into GameStop. I think they think it's a good investment. It looks like there's one guy driving all the buying.
Who is this schmuck?
Dumb money, man.
Happy to take it.
Wall Street is betting that this company is going to fail. And if it fails, these hedge fund assholes make a shit ton of money. 70,000 people watched this video.
Rory Kitty, I love you!
If he's in, I'm in.
If he's in, I'm in.
GameStop, those shares not stopping.
The stock is only gonna go up.
When they hit, I'm gonna buy you a mansion.
Let's drink to that.
My brother is a fucking nerd.
Wall Street must be seeing this, right?
Holy fucking shit.
Holy shit.
You should probably dial in.
Holy fucking shit. Do you have a minute?
Babe, how much did we make today?
5 million.
How much did we lose today?
$1 billion.
And yesterday?
4 million.
And yesterday?
$1 billion.
Yeah.
We're like really fucking rich.
You got rich dudes pissing in their pants right now. They're coming after you.
We need to talk about the GameStop situation.
Retail traders always lose.
You've been served.
Wall Street cheated. Surprise, surprise.
You have to testify before Congress. The game has changed.
What's the point of winning the race if you let some dipshit steal the prize?
A lot of people feel the system is broken. The whole idea of the stock market is if you're smart and maybe with a little luck you can make your fortune. Certainly not anymore. There's no hope for the little guy.
Shitballs.
Maybe now there is.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so what happened was, if you guys don't know, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you. It's on Netflix. You can watch it right now. It's a really good movie. It's a true story. It's about, just watch it. It's about money, basically. And it happened by accident. It was a causation event. What happened was, this guy used to go on YouTube the same way I'm on here talking to you right now, and he would show his stock portfolio, and he took all his money and he put it into GameStop. Now, at the time, he put it into GameStop based off of his research. His research led him to believe that the company had potential. I mean, it was pretty philosophical, right? He was like, it's COVID, everybody's inside. GameStop was an essential business. They were the only business open. People are going to play video games. Nobody's working, all home playing video games. We ain't got no jobs, no rent, and we're getting food for free. So pretty simple. But what he didn't know was, behind the scenes, there were mechanisms. And the more I think about it, the more funny it is that we went through COVID, because now it starts to make sense. There were other mechanisms behind GameStop. And today, let's see, hold on, let's see. So people started buying GameStop off of his recommendation. Well, not his recommendation, but off of, yeah, GameStop is at $22.21. Damn, they really are a good company. Whew. So $5 billion in revenue. Jesus Christ. So people started making recommendations. I mean, people started buying the stock off of his recommendations. And of course, he had a pretty decent position, because he put his whole life savings, which is like $50K, into it. And so, but I don't want to ruin the movie for you guys. You guys got to go watch the movie. But if I was to talk to you guys about money, because I take money and investment very seriously. See, because what they did in Hawaii, the funny thing about Hawaii is, what they did in Hawaii was, they made everyone in Hawaii a millionaire, literally overnight. It was already like a lot of millionaires here, but on the island that I'm on Oahu, they made like 90% of the homeowners are millionaires, because their home is worth $1 million point something mil point. That's what makes you a millionaire, is having an asset. Now, at first you're not a millionaire until you have $1 million in equity. But this is the thing: nobody brought their home for $1 million. This home originally was like $350,000, and after like 10 years, they took the pen and they wrote some shit and changed some shit, and then boom, the appraisal value goes all the way through the roof to $1.5 million. So if you already had 350 in equity in your home, like you bought your home outright with no deed, no lien, no nothing, which most people in Hawaii were able to do. That's how this whole community got developed, minus the military. You're now a millionaire, because your asset is you can. I mean, it's not the same as stock, because with a house, it takes a while to sell it. But there's really no problem with selling homes in Hawaii, believe it or not. But it still takes like a couple of months. You got to go through these processes. So it's not a liquid asset, but on paper, you're a fucking millionaire. So that's why it's called real estate. Real estate. And the trick about real estate, the real trick about making money in real estate that nobody wants to tell you about is real estate isn't a buy and sell. Real estate is a hold. Real estate's a long-term investment. It's a hold. You never sell it. There's so many different ways you could do it. That's why in New York, in the suburbs, they had like this zoning thing where it was like residential or mixed use or commercial. So that means that it was commercial, you couldn't live in it. If it was mixed use, you could do business and live in it. If it was residential, you couldn't do any business, not even a home office. You see what I'm saying? So there's so many things you could do with real estate. Plus, real estate's a scam, but I'll talk about that some other time. I'll talk about the politics behind it. Because really what they did in the game is they went around the globe and they took over all the land that was free. The land didn't belong to nobody. It was free. They took it. They laid nations claims to it, sovereign claims to the land, and then they gave it away to people, to different people, to slaveholders, to different people, to exploit, to cut down trees, grow food, all that stuff. And if you weren't a part of that, like African Americans weren't, well, then you can't ever get into it. You can't ever get into it because all the best land, the land near the water, the land that's not on fault lines, the land that's near fresh water, the land that's traversable, meaning roads were built next to it, people, all that shit. You can't get no good land anymore. That's why we have to leave America. If you want to grow your wealth, it's not going to happen in America because there's nothing of value here. There's nothing of value here. And they're not giving up the land. They have it. You either have to take it from them or you have to go somewhere else and buy land in another place. And unfortunately, there's very few countries that are favorable to you. So it's like, but there's one country, Thailand is really big right now. Thailand is booming. Thailand has a lot of expansion, a lot of room for expansion, but their laws aren't friendly to you. But there's a way around that. See, politically, we're not moving. African Americans politically are stymied. We're not moving the right way. We're just not moving the right way. We never moved the right way. We don't understand political spheres and generations. 20 years is a generation. So let me tell you how other nations got into Thailand. Okay. The Indians came over there 50 years ago, the first group. They have kids there. Those kids are now Thai citizens. In 20 years, those kids grow up, they can hold property as Thai citizens. And then that's it, off to the races. We never done that. We still stuck in America, renting. We couldn't even get mortgages for a long time, right? So you got to understand, there's another movie called The Banker. All right, look. So if you guys want to do this, if you guys want to really talk about money and investment, I'm going to set up a membership group that's going to be like a club or a cartel. What is a cartel? A cartel, an investment cartel, just means that like we all take our money and we all play the same positions. Positions just another term for stock. Kind of what they did in Dumb Money, but we're more organized with it. So we don't sell unless we all sell. We don't buy unless we all buy. You know what I'm saying? And we stick to a plan. I would like to do crypto, but whatever. We could do stocks. I would like to do crypto, but whatever. But it's just crazy, man. The whole thing is just crazy. That's why we out here and don't understand. The problem with African Americans is this is a game of countries. There's a country and there's a nation, two different things. This is a game of countries, and we don't have a country. America is not our country. If motherfuckers would stop saying that, there's benefits that we have indirect of already being here. In other words, not immigrating, but ninjas forget about the grandfather clause. The grandfather clause was a clause during emancipation that said that the youngest freed slave was not a U.S. citizen, their children would be a U.S. citizen or some shit like that. Let me not ad lib because I can look all this up. Hold on. But it was something like that. If you couldn't vote or something. Yeah, here it goes right here. Yeah, here it goes right here. See? The infamous grandfather clause, which restricted voting rights to men who were allowed to vote or whose male ancestors were allowed to vote before 1867, was also a popular method of disenfranchising African American men because they were not allowed to vote before the 15th Amendment was ratified. You see what I'm saying? So basically, we couldn't vote between 1895 and 1910. So you couldn't vote unless your grandfather voted. But they turned that on. Thank you, Brother Rick. But they turned that on to other things. Well, let me hop out of this live. I don't know. Maybe I'll change the title. Let me change the title with this. I don't want to talk about. I don't want this to be talking about these ninjas and. Well, you know what? Let me get out of this live. I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna set up a new live, and we're gonna talk about. But I'm gonna finish my thought, and if you guys have any commentary, please share. But what happened was they did this with everything. It wasn't just voting. It was with buying land, owning land. See, buying land and owning land are two different things. Like you don't own your home. You don't own a car, but you definitely don't own your home, right? You buy money. That's what interest is. Interest is buying money. You buy money. They tell you you can only do this with the money. And then if you don't do this with the money, they take the house back. And that's their game. Their game is that you fail. Their game is that you lose your job. You can't pay the interest. They never want you to pay the principal because they don't make no money off of that. They make money off of the interest. That's bank deposits and all that shit is weird. Banking Secrecy Acts, whole other level of insanity. But it basically just means that, like if you watch this movie called It's a Wonderful Life, and the bank goes insolvent, and the guy goes, I want my money back. And everybody's there. It's a runoff on the bank, and the guy goes, I can't give you your money back. It's in his house, and I can't give you your money back because it's in his house. Because they take the money, banks take the money in from you for safekeeping deposit. They give you a book for safekeeping, and then they lend the money out to people to buy homes. And people buy the money from the bank, and they pay the bank an interest rate, and the bank makes money. But because technically, to the government, that deposit still exists, but it doesn't exist anymore. It's just in the form of collateral. Your home is collateralized against the debt. So if you don't pay the interest, we know that they foreclose your home, and they do this over and over and over again. So it's not really a new home. It's just a foreclosed home. It's not really a new car. It's they call it pre-owned now, but really it's a used car. You know what I'm saying? And they do repossession, right? They take it back from you. And so all the money you put into it is gone when they repossess it. All the money you put into your mortgage is gone when they repossess it. The equity is gone. That's the game of real estate. That's why they kept us out of it for so long, so that they could lock up everything. America is locked up. There's very few places worthwhile that we can go and buy and build something on. Very few places. If we put all our money together, we might be able to get some blighted neighborhoods and some derelict city or some shit like that. But nobody's interested in that. You know what I'm saying? But the things are happening right now. Think about it. We can have our own communities. It's like a utopia. But nobody's interested in that. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what, though. You ain't gonna be living around these people longer. That's for sure. So I'm different. I'm in a no. But if you're in the continuous the continental U.S., the continuous U.S. states, whatever they call it, you're in trouble. You're in trouble right now because there's a whole bunch of shit coming down, and Hawaii makes more money in a month, or has made more money in a month than most American cities make all year. So I'm good here. You know, they can the state or whatever they become once America fails, they're gonna hold me down. But everyone else, you know, so it's important to have your passports. But anyway, the point is that we were under that grandfather law for a very, very long time. I'm glad you think this is the conversation, the dialogue we need. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, we've been, you know, this is a game of nations and countries, and we don't have a country. And I'm sorry to say, America is not your country. You get the benefits of being an American, but you're not really running shit. Okay? They run the show. We don't run the show here. They run the show. And because they run the show, there's no benefit in being here. You know, they're not even trying to share. Like they're not even saying, you know, well, no, they're not even saying this is you and this is me, and then that led to separate and unequal. But you know, they just taken everything. They just took everything from us, man. That's how you get Hawaii. Hawaii, these Hawaiians, they own these Native Hawaiians, they own the whole country. Now they don't have anything. I don't want to laugh. I'm laughing. I'm laughing to the irony of that. That's how the shit works. That's why it's so important that we pay attention to what's going on. If we let these fuckers get to the moon and we let these fuckers get to Mars, how the song say? The president just forgot about Earth. Okay? The president will be running Earth from Mars. All right. So this house is estimated to be 1.6 million. The house that I'm in right now can go anywhere from 943,000 to 1.6 million. The person who brought it, the house, probably bought it for like 350. So if they had the whole house owned, that 350 flipped to a million, like that. So they're a legit millionaire. Most of these people around here are millionaires, except for me. I'm not a millionaire yet, but I can be with the polos. But most of these people around here are millionaires. But see, what you got to understand is that you have to put things in motion. You got to put things in motion. Things don't happen for you if you're sitting around and waiting. It's not going to happen for you. You got to put things in motion. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and come back with that dialogue. I'm gonna talk about money today. I want to talk about money today. We're gonna talk about money today. We're gonna take a little trip. We're gonna take a little trip and talk about money and investments. But I'm not a financial advisor, so all I can do is give you guys some speculation. But for me to do it, I gotta know that you guys really, really are going to take action, because otherwise we're just talking shit. I don't like to talk shit. So not that you gotta do anything. I'm just saying that it'd be nice to know that somebody was organizing something, you know? Even if you got something that I don't know, I could be a part of it. I welcome that, you know, but it'd be nice to know that somebody was organizing something other than our mouths, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I talk about money, we got a couple of the best way for me to bring you up to speed is you gotta watch these movies. You gotta watch these movies. You gotta watch these. Like, okay, I'll tell you. Well, all right, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make the live. I'm gonna set the live up right now. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set the live up right now to come back in an hour. Or come back in 30 minutes. I'm on the live. The live is gonna be called How to Get Rich. And that's gonna be the live. How to Get Rich. how to get wealthy. I mean, because rich and wealthy are two different things. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm not wealthy, but I know how to get wealthy. Well, actually, I am doing it. I am doing it. So there's a couple of ways to get wealthy, and I actually I am doing it. So let me set up the live right here. I'm gonna call it how to get wealthy 2024. So I'm going to speak about it from a hypothetical. I'm not wealthy, but I think I know how to get there. So I'm going to speak about it from a hypothetical because I'm not wealthy, and it's kind of disingenuous to talk about how to get wealthy, and I'm not wealthy. But I do know how to get there. I am doing it, and I'm going to share with you what's going on. I'm going to share with you how you can get wealthy too. Now, I don't really have the things I want to have set up. So see, we have so much power. We have so much power that we haven't even thought about yet. But I'm gonna talk about it when I come back. I'm gonna go in today. I'm gonna go in today. I'm really gonna go in today. Yeah, I'm gonna go in today. You guys motivated me to go in. I'm gonna go in today. I'm gonna get the disclaimer put together from Chat GTP, and I'm gonna go in today. You guys have motivated me to get together. You guys have motivated me to get it together. I'm gonna get it together today, and I'm gonna show you guys something cool. I don't know. See, when I talk about money, though, it kind of affects me talking about other stuff because it makes other stuff look so small and insignificant, you know. But I'm glad you like this dialogue, Brother Rick. So I'm gonna keep it going. So I'm out of here right now, guys. I'll be back in 30 minutes. I just set up the next live. How to get wealthy. What is this? What did I just do? I'm gonna set up the next live. How to get wealthy 2024. That's what it's called. I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Basically, I'm gonna explain to you how they getting wealthy, how white people are getting wealthy. It's a simple thing. How to get wealthy 2024. I'm gonna share with you guys how they doing it. Let me schedule it. I'm gonna share with you guys how they doing it. It's a simple thing. It's not as complicated as they make it out to be. 2:30. That's the time. 2:30. All right. So I'll be back. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'll be right back, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.